Well, Connor, it was a disappointing homework off you last week, so we've certainly got some work to do with the paper twos, but you had 64 when you sat the test for me, the paper one, the week before that. So 64 was good, that was a C. If you're improving towards 80, then we'll both be very happy men. Let's see how you get on. You're missing a factor there, you're missing 14. So you lose 1 mark there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7,000 is correct. 14 is correct. This one, you're not going to get full marks because that isn't in its simplest form. Because you can divide both of those numbers by the same number, 2, you can divide both by 2 to get 3 out of 8, which is then in its simplest form. With this question, if you've got a tens digit of 5, then you're looking for a number that's in the 50s that is a prime number. So what you're looking for is either 53 or 59. So you don't get that mark and you lose a mark there as well. So 7, 8, 10, 11 for that first page. There's some easy questions there that you drop marks on. Here, your maths is bang on, can't argue with it. But you haven't done what they've asked you, which is to explain to me the steps that you've taken. So you need to tell me that you're taking off the amount of change to give you the exact total amount of the pens, and then because they cost 60 pence each, you're dividing that to see how many times it goes in. So you lose 2 marks there, even though your maths is perfect, you don't get anything for that. That's right. So 5 for the page. There's 4 marks for this graph. You're only going to get 3 of those marks because you haven't labelled your axes. And because you've used a code here, it's not clear what that stands for as well. So that should have been types of sport. For example, if that had said cricket, football, and so on, then it would have been more explanatory. The mode is which sport was most popular. So the most popular one is hockey because it's more students chose that. So what you're looking for there for the mode is hockey. That's right. That's right. So 9 for that page. 66 centimeters squared is correct. It's asking you for your unit, you're giving it, so you're going to get the 3 marks there. Now for this one, that line is right, but how you've made that add up to 30, Lord only knows. So you're going to lose one of the 3 marks there just because you haven't added those numbers up correctly. 0.4 all right there, so that's good. 4, 6, 9 for that page. Win, draw, lose, lose. Draw, draw, lose, lose, lose. Good. And that's right there. 10 marks on that page. 106 is right. Well done. 132 is wrong, but I can see what you're thinking. You're thinking parallel lines. You're thinking that you've got a Z angle there, but they're not parallel. They're not telling you it's parallel. You can't assume it's parallel. They certainly don't look parallel. What you need to know is that the 4 angles inside any quadrilateral, any 4-sided shape, have to add up to 360. So by taking those off 360, it will give you that angle there. Then you've got a straight line. You know that they add up to 180, so you take that angle away from 180. 5 for that page. It isn't 4 out of 12. It is out of 12, but the number of chances of scoring 10 or more is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 12. So that should be 5. If it is a third, 20 people would be expected to win, so that would then be right. 6/8 aren't 44, they're 48. that would then be right from your wrong answer, and your profit would be right as well. So everything there is correct apart from 6/8. So you lose a mark there. You cannot rewrite this in the order that suits you. If you remember the way we only did this a few days ago, what I told you to do was to group your similar letters together, and the sign that's in front goes with that part of the algebra. So if there's no sign there, it's a plus. So you got 5a, take away 6a is minus 1a. Then you've got 3b, take away 1b, which is plus 2b. So both of those are wrong. That's right. That's right, that's wrong. So let's go through this. So no marks for that. 1 mark for that. For this one, where you've gone wrong is you're dividing by the wrong number. To get the x on its own, you have to undo, get rid of the times 3. The opposite of timesing by 3 is dividing by 3. So in algebra, we would write it like that. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So you get 1 mark, because that bit is right, but then you've gone wrong. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the page. That's correct. It's false. Yes, that's right. But what happens if you have 18? So it's false, because all even number multiples are even. What you need to say there is you're not doing even times even, because one of the numbers, you'll get 1 out of the 2 for that, because one of the numbers will be odd. What you're going to be doing is odd times even equals even. This one is correct, but you haven't done the work that you need to. You need to write that then as 3 times 2 times 5 times 5, which equals 2 to the power of 1, because you've got one of them, times 3 to the power of 1, times 5 to the power of 2, because you've got 2 of them. That's what you need to get your answer. So you're only going to get 2 out of 3 for that. That's good. 2, 4, 6. 75 is correct. Tom is right, but your explanation is not. What you want to be saying there is, for the longer logs, these are the longer logs. Okay, the length is going that way. So Billy has only got 5 and 5, 10 logs longer than 65 centimeters, whereas Tom has got 30, 40 logs greater than 65 centimeters. So there are more, there's a higher frequency in the longer logs. So 1 mark for that. 230, 460, 692. Stock you haven't doubled, that you haven't doubled, and you need to double that. So those you need to double. You've worked them out for the original recipe, not for 8 people. So of the 4 marks there, you're only going to get 2. Watch the video clip, see how I finish that question off. And then for the last 3 questions, they're at the end of the paper, so they are quite challenging, but if you watch how I explain them, hopefully they'll make sense, and they'll be the sort of questions you will be able to make progress on. Okay, Connor, I don't think you're anywhere near 80, but you're probably quite close to what you got last time. 11, 16, 25, 34, 44, 49, 55, 61, 62, 64. 64 is a grade C, so that's really good. And you got 64 last time, so it's exactly the same as you did last time. Now, you should be looking to get into the 70s on that paper, so go back through it, and where you've made silly little slips, you know, you've dropped 3 marks on that first page alone, so it should be fairly easy for you, even on the most straightforward questions, to improve that.